Picture this: a quiet December night in 1773. Men disguised as Mohawk warriors board 3 ships in Boston Harbor. For hours, they methodically smash open chests and pour millions of dollars worth of tea into the sea. No violence, no looting, just defiance. This wasn't a riot, it was a calculated protest against a tax that wasn't even a new tax. Welcome to the Stateless Standard, where we examine how small encroachments on liberty can ignite massive resistance. Today, let's curiously trace how Britain's attempt to bail out a failing megacorporation over a cup of tea set the American Revolution in motion. In the 18th century, tea wasn't just a beverage, it was Britain's lifeblood. The empire ran on it. And controlling the supply was the East India Company, a private corporation with its own armies, its own territories, and a government-granted monopoly on Asian trade. Think of it as the Amazon or BlackRock of its day. Too big to fail, too powerful to question. Britain had just emerged victorious from the 7 Years' War, but victory came with crushing debt. Parliament's solution? Make the prosperous American colonies foot part of the bill. A series of taxes followed on sugar, paper, glass. Each met fierce resistance, not just over the cost, but the principle. No representation in Parliament meant no legitimate taxation. Curious, isn't it? How quickly pay your fair share can sound like tyranny when you have no say in the matter. By 1773, the East India Company was drowning in unsold tea, warehouses bursting, stock crashing. Parliament's fix? The Tea Act. Common misconception: this imposed a new tax. It didn't. It was a bailout. The act let the company bypass middlemen and sell directly to the colonies at rock-bottom prices, cheaper even than the smuggled Dutch tea colonists loved. On paper, a bargain. But colonists saw the trap. Accepting this tea meant accepting Parliament's right to tax them without consent. It was corporate favoritism on steroids, propping up a crony giant while crushing colonial merchants and smugglers who'd built independent networks. Curious how often helping a struggling company means helping the powerful at everyone else's expense. In ports like New York and Philadelphia, colonists blocked the tea ships from unloading. But in Boston, Governor Thomas Hutchinson, loyal to the crown, refused to let them leave. Stalemate. Enter the Sons of Liberty. On December 16, 1773, dozens disguised as Mohawk warriors boarded the Dartmouth, Eleanor, and Beaver. For 3 hours, they worked in disciplined silence. 342 chests smashed, 92,000 pounds of tea, worth nearly $1 million today, dumped into the harbor. No one was hurt. Nothing else touched. This was surgical protest, destroying the symbol of taxation without representation and corporate overreach. A clear message: we will not be bought, bailed, or bullied into submission. London's reaction? Fury. Parliament passed the coercive acts called the Intolerable Acts in the colonies. Boston port closed, Massachusetts charter gutted, troops quartered in homes. Britain meant to isolate and punish, instead they unified. Colonies rallied, food poured into Boston, sympathy swelled. In 1774, the First Continental Congress met, 12 colonies coordinating resistance. Curious how overreach so often backfires. What was meant to crush rebellion forged a shared identity. Less than 2 years later, shots rang out at Lexington and Concord. A dispute over tea had become a war for independence. The Boston Tea Party reminds us revolutions rarely start over grand ideologies. They start when ordinary people refuse one more encroachment on their freedom. When a government, however distant, uses taxes and corporate bailouts to assert control, resistance becomes not just reasonable, but inevitable. What small tax today might be tomorrow's spark. The question is worth pondering. If this broods some thoughts, subscribe for more hidden histories of resistance. Comment what modern tea tax worries you most. Until next time, stay curious, stay free. This is the Stateless Standard, signing off.